Hi, in today's lesson we are going to learn about phrase and the 7 types of phrases. Now, what is a phrase or what are phrases? A phrase is a group of words used as a single part of a speech. In a sentence, it may function as a noun, adverb, adjective, or even a verb. Unlike clauses, phrases do not have subject and predicate. Phrases need other parts of a sentence for it to be meaningful. And here are the 7 common types of phrases. First one, gerund phrase. Second, infinitive phrase. Participial phrase. Verb phrase. Prepositional phrase, noun phrase, and appositive. For gerund, infinitive, and participial, they are called verbal phrases. Let's have first the first 3 verbal phrases. Now, what are verbals? Verbals are phrases that use verbs and the words that follow them as nouns, adverbs, and adjectives. Now let's have the gerund phrase. A gerund phrase is composed of a gerund plus a modifier. Now what is a gerund? A gerund is any verb ending in ing, and it always functions as a noun. It could be a subject, it could be a direct object, subject complement, and object of the preposition. Now consider these following examples. Gerund functioning as a subject. Singing love songs is my favorite hobby. You have here the gerund singing. Singing in this sentence does not function as a verb. Rather, it functions as a subject, a noun. Gerund functioning as a direct object. When we say object, that is something that receives the action. You have here singing, it receives the action do not appreciate. Next, we have gerund functioning as a subject complement. My favorite hobby is singing love songs. So singing here complements the subject favorite hobby. Next, object of the preposition. Thank you for singing love songs for me. Singing here is the object of the preposition for. Again, just remember gerund plus a modifier that makes a gerund phrase. And a gerund is any verb ending in ing that functions as a noun depending on the usage in the sentence. Now let's have the other verbal phrase, the infinitive phrase. Infinitive phrases are easy to spot in the sentence because it contains the word to plus the base form of the verb. When we say base form of the verb, it is the normal form of the verb. It has no additional, no add s, no add ed or vn, just its base form. Example, to make, to dance. Alright, it may function as a subject in a sentence, a direct object, as a subject complement, an adjective, or an adverb. Consider the following examples. As a subject, to teach is my ambition. As a direct object, I wanted to teach. To teach here is the object of the verb wanted. Next, a subject complement. My ambition is to teach. The subject is my ambition. So to teach here complements the subject my ambition. Next, as an adjective, he has the goal to teach. To teach here describes the goal. That makes to teach as an adjective. And here, the last one, functioning as an adverb. I really love to teach. To teach here modifies the verb love, making it to be an adverb. Participial phrases has 2 types. We have the first one for present participles that end in ing, and the past participles end in ed, en, d, t, n, or ne. Let's have first the present participles. Examples. The singing priest is applauded. As what I have said, participial always function as an adjective. What is an adjective? It is a word that describes something, particularly the noun or a pronoun. So you have here, and it is usually being placed before another noun to make it, or before the pronoun for it to be an adjective. So as for it to be an adjective. For the first example is, the singing priest is applauded. So you have here singing. Singing here did not function as a verb. Rather, it functions as an adjective because it describes the priest. Next example, the crying baby is so cute. Crying here describes the baby. like the dancing lady, the singing doctor, or it describes the noun next to it. Okay? Again, participles are placed before the other noun or pronoun for it to be an adjective. So in this case, the present participle singing and crying is placed before the noun priest and baby, making it to be an adjective describing the next noun. So you have here singing describes the priest, crying describes the baby. Now for past participles, the same thing, the same placement, the same arrangement. You have to place it before the noun. Consider the example number one. I'm afraid of broken promises. So broken here describes the promises. Okay, the next one, the wooden door was broken. Wooden here describes the door, making it to be an adjective. So maybe you will ask, what is the difference between a verb phrase and a verbal phrase? There is one difference between the two. A verb phrase include the helping verb and the main verb in a sentence, and they always function as a verb, whereas verbals or verbal phrases can function as an adjective, an adverb, and a noun. That's the only difference. For example, for verb phrases, he is singing his favorite song. So you have here is singing, still functioning as the main verb in the sentence. I am studying technical writing. I have loved you in my mind. I have loved you always in my mind. So this is a song. And they always function as verbs in the sentence. Alright? That's the only difference. So prepositional phrases or prepositional phrase is a group of words consisting of preposition. There are a lot of prepositions. It's object and any words that modify the object. So consider it modifies a verb and a noun. It may be an adverbial phrase and an adjectival phrases. And sometimes it may function, for rare cases, prepositional phrases would function as a subject. So consider these examples here. As an adjectival phrase, the man in the middle is the cutest. Okay, so in the middle here is the prepositional phrase describing the man. Okay, so um okay, the prepositional phrase in this sentence is in the middle. In the middle describes the man or pointing out, it modifies the man. Okay, so the man is a noun that makes in the middle as adjectival phrase, as a prepositional phrase functioning as an adjective. All right, the second example is to find the cutest man, look behind you. Okay, so the prepositional phrase there is behind you, and then behind you modifies the verb look, making it to be an adverbial prepositional phrase. Noun phrase are easy to spot in a sentence because noun phrase is a group of two or more words that is headed by a noun and a modifiers. Could be modifier that is placed before the noun, that is an article. We can consider that one the a, the an, or it could be a modifier that is placed after the noun. Okay, and they act as subject, object, and a prepositional objects in the sentence. So consider these examples. The boys are singing worship songs. So you have here the noun phrase the boys. It is being introduced by an article the. All right. The second one, she give me an apple. Okay, we have here the phrase and the apple being introduced by the article and an apple is the object of the verb give. Okay, so the third one, I want a cute puppy for our anniversary. So you have here a cute puppy. Cute puppy is he a noun and then being introduced by an article a, and the noun phrase is being the object of the verb want. Okay, and the last one here, Christian drives to an awful job every morning. So you have here an awful job as a noun phrase introduced by the article and, making it to be the object of the preposition to. All right? That's it. That's the noun phrase. That is easy to spot in the sentence. As long as you can find the modifiers, especially the articles, automatic, that the next word, that article plus the noun after it is the noun phrase. Okay? Next, the last one is the appositive phrases. What is an appositive? It is a noun or a noun phrase that renames another noun right beside it. So it consists of a noun and a pronoun and any accompanying modifier. As an example, you have here my childhood friend loved horses. So you have here childhood as an appositive phrase or as an appositive, and childhood friend here is an appositive phrase because we can remove childhood anyway. If we remove childhood there, we can form a sentence. We can still form a sentence that my friend loved horses. But childhood is being placed to emphasize, to give a layer, to give more emphasis on what kind of friend, uh, who's that friend. The childhood there gives more information about your friend, okay? So it modifies, it gives more emphasis to that noun, friend, okay? Next one, the police sitting at the corner is my brother. Okay, we can have a sentence, the police is my brother, but you are giving more information about the police. Making sitting at the corner as an appositive phrase referring to the police. Okay, but we can always delete that sitting at the corner and we would say the police is my brother. That's all right. But we are making appositive phrases. Appositive phrases are being placed in a sentence in order to give a more emphasis about your subject. And then phrases are very important in forming our sentences because the sentences that we are writing are composed of different phrases. So I hope you understood the lesson. To check whether you have understood the lesson or not, I have here the 1 to 8 exercises. So you have to determine what kind of phrase are the underlined words in the numbers 1 to 8. All right. So thank you all for listening and see you in the next lesson.